Well, 9.6% is actually better than expected on the unemployment rate, but what's worse than expected is actually the fact that 95,000 jobs were cut in the last month. People were expecting actually a flat showing in terms of new jobs created, and the fact that we actually saw a decline in jobs created is definitely worse than expected. I think we continue to have a very tough situation in terms of employment because business managers are very reluctant to add heads to the payroll.
Why is that?
Well, because they're looking at 2011 and they're looking at higher expenses in terms of health care. They're looking at higher taxes. And every time you put another head on the payroll, that comes with a benefit package that's expensive. Look what's happening right now with 29 companies, including McDonald's and others, saying we're not going to pay for health insurance. It's just too expensive.
Isn't it even worse? Isn't it even worse because the Gallup numbers show that actually it's closer to 10%, but that these numbers don't pick up the last 2 weeks of the month. The last 2 weeks of last month were actually even worse, and the real numbers actually over 10%.
So things are getting worse right now?
It's getting worse, right?
Yeah,
and to
we
Maria's point about jobs
we're
also,
seeing the economy deteriorate. We're definitely in a soft patch that resumed in the summertime, and we continue to sort of bump around the bottom in that soft patch. And, you know, going into the holidays, one positive here is that we'll see temporary hiring. But again, that's not really giving you job security, so it's not going to really do too much, I don't think, for consumer spending. Because if you're worried about your job, you worry about your neighbor's job, of course you're not going to be spending a lot of money.
Maria, do you know one CEO, because I don't, who feels good about what's coming over the next couple of years? I do not. You talk to any smart business person, any CEO of any Fortune 50, Fortune 500, or any small company, I have yet to find
Donnie,
one.
let me stop you there because you're a progressive.
Right.
You voted for President Obama. You are a Democrat. You probably have never voted for a Republican presidential candidate before in your life. Talk about what you hear from your Democratic friends that run companies as to why they are not hiring new people.
They're not hiring because they're not bullish on the economy. And basically the only way you can hit your quarterly numbers is by slashing.
Why are they not bullish on the economy?
They're not seeing end market demand as the bottom line.
That's it. It really is. And they're afraid. They're still afraid about Obama. They're afraid about taxes. And there's just still
Democrats, progressives,
yes,
afraid
and they're
of
still,
Obama's policies.
and the American psyche has still not recovered.
See,